All right, here we go. Comparison video. Cannondale CAAD 12, 2017, 2019 Bowman Palace R, 2015 Specialized Alley Smart Wheel. First of all, components: 4105, 5800 with a Praxis Works 4832 in the front, 1132 in the rear. Shimano Dura-Ace 9100 mechanical with cork, dual sided power meter, 5034 and 1130 in the rear. Shimano Ultegra R6800 4832 FSA, 1132 in the rear. I've had the Cannondale since June of this year, July of this year. I probably put 600 miles on it, 500 miles on it. The Bowman Palace R has since December of 2019. I think I have about 4,000 miles on that one. And the Specialized Alley, I had this one since summer of 2019. I probably put 2,000 miles on that one. So don't see many reviews on YouTube about, in particular, these two bikes in comparison. CAAD 12 versus Bowman Palace R. You can look it up, search on Google or Bing, or the search engine is, and see, people with opinions. I'm not sure how many people have a riding experience with both over an extended amount of time. I've had a previous CAAD 12, 2017, also with a size 58. This is a size 60. This also is a size 60. This is size 61 for reference. Sorry, I failed to mention that at first beginning of the video. 58 was too small for me. Went with the 60. Found a good deal on one. Nabbed it up. Glad I got it. So the difference is all three bikes. The Cannondale, the CAAD 12, great power delivery. Front end feels great. No issues at all. It does what it's intended to do, which would be a race bike, but also it's comfortable enough for 3-hour, 3.5-hour rides. I've done 50-mile rides on this one, 60-mile ride. All those rides were with climbing. Bike did great, great, great. That's why I have 4832 in the front and 1132 in the rear. For climbing reasons, the Bowman, I've done Century on this one, 1 century, 2 centuries on this one. Not the best choice for that, but I'm not that flexible. I've been riding for a while, but I don't do a lot of stretch exercises and things like that to make myself more flexible. But so, for reference, this is not the best bike for long rides, unless you're a pro rider or very flexible, in my opinion. The Allez, on the other hand, I've done century rides on this one. I just done 2 weeks ago. I did a 4-day from Atlanta to Birmingham, Alabama ride, 4-day 347-mile ride. I took this bike for a couple of reasons. Geometry for one, and a bigger tire clearance possibility. You can put a 28 on here easily. But these are 25 Vittorio Rubino Pro Graphene 2.0 25s. Inflated to 95 PSI front and rear. This has a taller head tube, I think 225 or 230 millimeter versus 200 here versus 195 here. This top tube on the CAAD 12 is a 591 millimeter. This is a 600 millimeter. This is a 604 millimeter top tube. So for me, this is more comfortable for my longer legs and arms on the longer rides for multiple days at a time. So that being said, this was a better ride for that. For shorter rides, 2 hours or so, the Bowman, to me, bar none, is a better ride because it's so responsive. The Cannondale is good for 2-hour rides also. It's just as responsive as the Bowman, but the Bowman is just stiffer on the front end. This is more, it feels carbon-like on the front end of the CAAD 12. I've had a Super 6 Evo as well, 2018. Very, very nice bike. Sold it. Kind of regret selling that bike, but what's done is done. I've done a review on the Bowman, but its intended purpose is to be a crit/race bike. It excels at that. Again, longer rides, not so great for that. Where the Cannondale comes in, why I got this one is because I want a bigger tire clearance. This can house, they can put a 28 on there. This again is a 25. This is a Vittoria Evo CX. This is a Schwalbe 25 millimeter Tire clearance here is pretty tight. Pretty tight, but we can see a little bit there. On the rear, on the front, you can run 28, no problem. But the rear is pretty tight. So I knew when I bought the bike, 25, big tire I can run. Certain brands you cannot run on this one. A Michelin Power, just measure probably 25, a little too big for that. Trying to see, there was another one, Michelin model that I tried that was a little too tight for comfort. That 25 on this still is tight. You know, there are marks on there, rub marks on the brake bridge of the Bowman. Hence, again, why I had an interest in getting the CAAD 12. I knew of the ride quality of it. Found this was a very good deal. So it has everything that Bowman has with better front end comfort. All three bikes do run a carbon seat post. All three bikes have a full carbon fork. It does help. The best combination to me is still, this bike has a carbon handlebars, 3T. Super Allegra. Yeah, Super Allegra team. Carbon handlebars. These two do not have carbon handlebars as of yet, but I did order a Brand X carbon bar to put on either the Cannondale or the special or the Allez. I'm not sure which one I want to put it on just yet. Again, the full carbon forks, they do help, you know, dampen the vibration. That combined with the carbon seat post makes a good difference. Is it carbon-like? Still not. No, but it does offer a difference in ride quality. That's pretty doggone good. I also have for reference a Trekkie Monda ALR that I liked a lot. I had two of those in size 60. They're a little too small for me, so I sold those two frames / full bike to kind of move on and get something else. I always knew the Allez was a good geometry for me for riding distances, but not necessarily for riding short 2-hour rides. I prefer the feel of one of these two bikes for the 2-hour rides. So of these three bikes, I wouldn't pick just one because they all three serve a different purpose, but I'm glad I have all three. And I've had a few bikes in my time of riding. I've had Focus Azarco aluminum bike, Focus KO aluminum. Nice riding bike, but this wasn't the bike for me. Again, I had two of the Trekkie Monda ALRs, another Cannondale CAAD 12 in the size 58, Super 6 Evo, non-high bod. Great bike. I've had a GT grade. I currently also have a Giant Content AR that I ride on gravel with. That's good for that purpose. On-road pavement, any three bikes will serve me very well. I do like the simplicity of the Bowman with a threaded bottom bracket, 27.2 seat posts, standard bearings, nothing fancy. The Specialized has 27.2 seat posts, but does have the OSBB bottom bracket. So you have to buy like a special one for that versus the BSA threaded 68 millimeter on this one. And of course, Cannondale is known for the BB30. This is BB30A. No issues so far. I did get caught in a rainstorm pretty bad a few weeks ago on a ride. It took about a shot for them to check the crank for me. Thought I heard something, but took the crank out, relubed it, re-greased it, put the pedals back in. No issues, no sounds. So I plan to ride this one maybe tomorrow for a good ride and see how it does for me. So comparison, again, I wouldn't pick one bike. All three bikes have their own purpose. Would you be happy with either bike as your first road bike? Yeah, but you gotta, cater your ride to the bike you want to get. For distance, the Allez, I will take it. For hours, for 3-hour plus rides, I will take that any day of the week. The Bowman, I'll probably limit it to about 3-hour rides to feel, pretty fresh on it. The CAAD 12, you can do 4-hour rides and staying because the ride quality won't beat you up as much as the Bowman will. So for reference, all three bikes run 25 millimeter tires. The Vittoria Rubino Graphene 2 on the Allez with the Prime or Prime. Which model is this? Okay, Attica wheel set. This is the Windspace Loon, 45 millimeter. Tubeless rated, but these all going two tube tires as well. And this is another pair of the set of the Primes. This is the Barrador. There you go, Barrador. Very happy with these wheels, the Prime wheels, Prime wheels. Very satisfied with those. So again, all tube tires, 95 front, 95 rear, all three bikes. I am 189 centimeters with a 90 centimeter inseam. That's about 35 5/8 inches inseam. 6'2" and a quarter, 6'2" and a half imperial US inches height. So I do run a lot of seat posts. Could I size up? Maybe on those two bikes, but I won't, because that's comfortable enough. I feel like anything bigger than that be feel too big. 63 in the Cannondale, that's the biggest size Bowman makes is an XL, and that's 60. So again, trying to do a quick comparison video of all three bikes. All three bikes do a very good job at just delivering a good ride, an exciting ride. Again, for distance, 3 hour plus, I'll do the Allez. 2 hours or so, I'll do the Bowman, up to 3 hours. If I want to do 4 hours with a little more speed, I will say the CAAD 12 is pretty hard to beat. All arounder, CAAD 12, Bowman more specialized, and Allez can almost do anything. Also for reference, I've done a gravel ride on my Allez with some 30 millimeter Schwalbe CX cross tire that did fit in the frame. Thanks for watching. Take care.